Sorry, I have a cold. No, it's not COVID. Settle down, people. Welcome everyone who is excited to be here. Make some noise. Are you kidding me? That was abysmal. It's like you've never interacted with a sentient life form before. Okay, let's try this instead. Make a noise. Really, any noise. Okay, that's gross. Real mature, Chris. So we only have a few minutes together, so let's have some fun. Does anyone have an inanimate flying disc, also known as a frisbee? No? This is awkward. Okay, if you have a phone, grab it and turn on your flashlight. Or if you're that weird kid who always brings a flashlight to church, this is your moment. I'm going to list off a few things. If you agree, raise your light in the air for all to see. Let's try it. Ready? Raise your light if you like waffles. Great. Not really sure why that wasn't 100% participation. Waffles are incredible. Lego my ego. Seriously, who doesn't like waffles? Okay, let's try this again. Raise your light if you made a New Year's resolution. Raise your light if you didn't make a New Year's resolution. Raise your light if you already failed your New Year's resolution. Wow. Okay, it hasn't even been that long. Don't give up. I mean, don't give up again. You already gave up. Raise your light if you're excited about a new year full of new possibilities. Like it's possible that the lockdown will continue and we'll descend into a dystopian police state and all have to get chips implanted in us and work in mines harvesting valuable minerals used to make smartphones for a rich upper class of cyborgs. Wow, okay, that took a turn. Let's lighten it up a bit. Get it? Lighten it up. Because we're raising our lights to answer questions? Ahem. Anyways, raise your light if you like pizza more than tacos. Raise your light if you like tacos more than pizza. Raise your light if you play a sport. Raise your light if you think watching Netflix is a sport. Coke? Or Pepsi? Facebook? Or Instagram? Joke's on you, it's the same thing now. Wave your light if you like TikTok. Okay, some of you immediately did a dance. We get it, you've got moves. Lightning round. What type of Cheetos are the best? Original. Puffy. Anything flamin' hot. Are hint of lime chips amazing? Or from the pits of hell? Which video game console is the best? Xbox. PS5. Okay, I hear you. Nintendo Switch. Okay. PC. Who do you love more? Mom or dad? Mom. Dad. Neither. Whoa, so much angst in your heart, young one. Will this be the year you find love? Yes? No. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I'm in love with a man. His name is Jesus. Will you grow more this year in your faith than last year? The first few months of a new year are critical to start something new or begin a new habit that will last far beyond a resolution. So open up your Bible this year. Genesis is awesome. Exodus is pretty cool. Leviticus takes a turn. Skip it. Actually, skip a few if you have to, but the point is keep going. You can do it. It'll change this year and change your heart. Both are good things. I hope you have an awesome year. Hey, it can't be worse than this last one. May your year be filled with a little less Zoom, a lot more flamin' hot Cheetos, plenty of video games and waffles. Lots of waffles. And maybe a little spiritual growth, too. Some new habits. And a deeper heart for Jesus. From all of us at Apple and the Citadel Research Project of the FBI who is listening to every conversation you have, we hope you have a happy new year. Achoo.
MSM, what is up? How are you guys doing? We're excited to be back, excited for a new year. Bridget, I have a question for you.
What's up, Caleb?
I highly doubt that the MSM students of Chanhassen know how to make noise.
You know, I think they're still kind of tired from this whole like Christmas break thing. You know, I think they're still kind of sleepy.
They all got the dress code.
I know.
Proud of you guys for that.
Got some matchy going on in here.
Hey. Let's see. If we count down to 3, do you think we could get them to yell or make some noise?
I don't know. I don't think we can.
Let's try.
Let's try. We'll see what happens.
1, 2, 3. Make some noise. No.
That wasn't it. I didn't hear. Did you hear him? I didn't hear him.
That was bad. We'll have to retry
that. Was not it.
We'll try that one more time. Lucy, do you think these kids know how to make any noise? It depends. I know. How about you come up here and you help us count down.
Come help us a little bit.
Lucy, come on up.
Come on, everyone, give Lucy a round of applause. Here we go. Come on, Miss Lucy.
Okay, you get to count down to 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll do 1, 2, 3. And
then you guys better make some noise, okay? Can we make some noise?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? Okay, we're gonna go. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
good.
We'll take it. Let's do it one more time. But we need you guys to all stand up. We need you guys to all stand up.
Go a little crazy. How many of you are excited for the new year?
I'm excited.
I want to see how excited you are.
We want jumping. We want screaming.
I want it all.
We want all the noises.
All the things.
Barnyard animals. We got it. Okay,
Amen.
ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's go. Go ahead and hit that track, and let's do this. Bridget, I don't know that they're ready for this.
I don't think they are. We're going to see. We're going to find out.
We got some glow sticks.
Got some glow glasses.
Of deception, caught up in my own hesitation, until your love took over me. So I let go and I let love show me life like it's supposed to be. An oasis, your oasis, all the freedom I'll ever need. Now I'm undone. Oh la la. Your oasis,
I'm winded.
Me too.
That was great. You guys have so much energy.
All right, MSM, we got a new song for you. It's gonna be talking about throwing your hands to the sky. So I need to take all those glow sticks, put them up as high as you can, all right? Let me see it. It's gonna go a little something like this. I throw my hands to the sky and I feel so alive. I wanna give you praise. I throw my hands to the sky and I feel so alive. I wanna give you praise. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 I never felt so good, 'cause your joy overwhelms me. It's running right through my veins. And in your love, I found all that I needed. I'm never gonna give it up. My response will always be to praise. No matter what comes, I know that I will always choose to praise forever. Here we go. I throw my hands to the sky and I feel so alive. I wanna give you praise. I throw my hands to the sky and I feel so alive. I wanna give you praise. Oh, 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 I throw my hands to the sky and I feel so alive. I wanna give you praise. I throw my hands to the sky and I feel so alive. I wanna give you praise. All right, right side. You think you got it? These little woes. I'm gonna sing and then you go. All right, it goes like this. Let me hear it. Left side, let me hear you. I'm gonna do it. Here you go. Back side, let me hear you. Let me hear you. Put my hands to the sky and I feel so alive. I wanna give you praise. I put my hands to the sky and I feel so alive. I wanna let me hear yours. Let me hear you out. One more time.
Hey, make some noise. Put your hands together, MSM. That was great. That was a lot of fun. I'm sweating.
Me too.
Put your hands together for Pastor Lucas.
Wow, that was. I am hot. That's intense. Hey, the students who have the glowing strobe balls, please give them to a leader. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Oh, man. Well, that escalated quickly. Oh, there. Or give it to Dan, throw it at his face.
Thanks, guys.
Hey,
Thanks, guys.
can you give that to Ethan? Thank you. Hey, don't throw it at Ethan. Okay. Woo! Is anybody else in here sweaty? Online, are you sweaty? Was it online? Were you jumping and dancing? Hopefully.
Online went crazy.
I know online was crazy because they're the party people. All right, my friends, how is everybody doing? Woo! Welcome back to middle school ministry at Westwood Community Church. Hey.
How sweet is it to be back in the building? It's been like a year since I've seen you guys. Thanks.
Oh, what a dad joke. Hey, you feel me? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm literally so sweaty. That's going to be hard for me to focus. All right, hey, a couple announcements for you guys. Are you guys ready for some announcements? Okay, the first is that at the end of January, we are doing a worship night at Westwood. It's a singular worship night. It's from 7 to 8:30 on January 31st. It's going to be an awesome night. Worship is my favorite time of the service every week, so we get to do it for like an hour. So we want you there for it. It's completely free, and it's going to be really dope. Dan and I and the worship team, we were playing it out this week, and it's going to be really sick.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what a worship night is or never have been to one, it'll be from 7 to 8:30, and we'll just be singing worship songs.
We're going to go hard. We're going to go hard.
Really fun. One of my favorite moments are worship nights. Next announcement, you guys have probably seen me and Lucas and some other people wearing these new sweatshirts, right? Lucas, you want to model it for them? Turn around. That's our good things are coming prayer. We put on a sweatshirt to clothe you guys. Don't ever say we never try to clothe you, because we're trying right now.
We're trying. If you want to order it, you can go out to the, what's that called, Dan? There's like a little
computer room
right outside the worship center. You can order it online. That's the only way you can order it. So if you want a sweatshirt, just go home to your parents tonight and say, hey, I want a sweatshirt. Let's go online and find it, or just have them do it here, whatever. Yep. You can email me. We'll send you the link. We want you guys to have our Good Things Are Coming sweatshirts.
And if you guys get one, we can twin. So you and me could take a picture and twin.
We can twin.
I don't know anything better than that, except twinning with me. So,
hey, speaking of twinning, I feel like I should bring my hat forward.
You.
There we go. Thirdly, not secondly. Hey, we want to make sure. Hey, can you guys handle glow sticks? Because it's going to be a long service if you guys can't handle glow sticks. Thank you. Thirdly, we want to make sure that we continue to meet. I think it's important for us. I love to meet in person, and we still want to put the services online for people. So if you are here tonight in person for us, please wear a mask and please socially distance. I don't care if you want to wear a mask. I don't care if you want to socially distance. Just do your best to do that, so that way we can continue to meet and we can continue to party and have fun and have worship nights and do glow-in-the-dark parties and all that kind of stuff, okay? Do me a favor. Help me help you. Help you help me. That doesn't make any sense. By socially distancing, okay? Thumbs up. Party.
Last announcement. You guys need to put your phones away for our game and for Lucas's message. My phone's out right now, so we can do it together and put them in our pockets. That was a voice crack. That was embarrassing.
Hey, it happens, Dan. It happens to the best of us, man.
That does.
It happens to the best of us,
Probably
okay?
every day for me.
So please put your phones away. Turn them off if you can. Not a lot of people like to do that, but just put your phone in your pocket or step on it or something to where you aren't distracted by it, because we want to make sure everybody has a good time, okay?
Yep.
Are you guys ready for tonight? All right, check out the video. If you didn't get it, we're starting a series tonight called Moods. We're talking about all the feelings, emotions, and moods that we experience. But we want to talk about how we can experience them in a healthy way, in a way that doesn't control us. Okay, because make no wrong, moods can control us, especially in middle school and high school. You guys are raging with hormones. Your emotions flip on a dime, right? You are a swirling fire tornado of emotions at all times. Does anybody relate to that? Okay. Emotions can dictate how our day is going to go, how our week going to go, how our month is going to go, and potentially how our year is going to go. So as we go into 2021, I think it's important that we talk about moods. Because we don't know what 2021 is going to bring us. It could bring us bad stuff, but we can choose the mood that we have when stuff is happening to us, okay? In the first week, we're talking about fear. And as I was researching fear, I came across some pretty wild phobias. So I thought I'd share some with you. Maybe you can relate to some of them. Maybe you can't. The first is nomophobia. I think this is something that some of you have. It is fear of being without your smartphone. Have you ever been in a place, get in your car, you're driving to school, well, you're not driving, but your mom's driving, and you're like, oh my gosh, my phone, what am I going to do? I'm going to die, I'm going to melt, and the world's going to cease to exist, and you may have nomophobia. Second one, amphilophobia, fear of belly buttons. Anybody have fear of belly buttons? Maybe Audis. If you have an Audi, I don't care. But I've never heard of a fear of belly buttons. You're like going swimming and you're like, take your shirt off and they're like, oh gosh, no. Don't you know I have amphilophobia? You're like, now I know. This next one, ablutophobia, fear of bathing. I know some middle schoolers have that. You're like, I don't need to bathe. I just was sweaty at MSM, but I don't need to bathe. I can just put on Axe body spray. That fixes everything. I know some boys can holler at me for that. I know that. I was a middle school boy. That's what I did. This next one, you'd probably be afraid of me. Pongonophobia, fear of beards. Anybody have that? Not of this awesome beard. They're not scary. Or Jay Gustafson has a gnarly beard too. This next one, ergophobia, fear of work. You're taking some notes to go to school and go home. You're like, I can't do this. I can't do work. I can't sweat. I can't do homework. I have a phobia called ergophobia. Okay, you guys ready for this one? Don't put it up yet. Okay, you ready for this one? This one's wild. This is arachibutyrophobia, which is fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. Arachibutyrophobia. I guess I get a little bit scared. You're like, can I open my mouth again? Who's eating that much peanut butter anyway? Like, I feel like that requires a lot of peanut butter. Lucy Kale? Okay. Okay, this next one is my personal favorite. It is hippopotamonstrosquipolidolophobia, which is fear of long words. Isn't that ridiculous? I don't know if middle school you guys take spelling tests, but you're like, I can't do spelling tests. I have a fear. I have blah, 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 blah. Fear of long words. Shh. All right, quiet down. Okay, I can't relate to any of those phobias. Maybe you can. But even though I have a beard, even though I look like a super manly, tough man, I actually have a lot of fears. I actually have lots of fears. The first one is spiders. Can anybody relate? Online, can you relate to that? I don't know. Can anybody relate? Comment on the chat bar if online you can relate to that. I have an irrational fear of spiders. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but at some point I just became horrified of spiders. I mean, they're unnatural looking. They got like 8 legs, a lot of eyes, the fangs, right? I don't think God created spiders. I think Satan created spiders. I don't think God would create that. God's loving, right? I actually had a friend go to Israel, and in the Middle East area, they have something called camel spiders. And camel spiders are called camel spiders because they're in the desert, they blend in with the sand, and what they do is they latch on the bottom of camels and suck their blood out. If that's not the worst, most horrifying thing you've ever heard, I don't know what is. Okay? It's horrifying. Secondly, I'm afraid of needles. Anybody relate to that? Needles, phobia, needles. The last time I got my blood drawn, as an adult, full-grown male, I passed out. Pretty humbling experience for me. I just don't like needles. I don't like blood. I'm pretty squeamish in general. Also, one of my fears is not being liked. I'm always worried that someone doesn't like me, and I'll do anything it takes for everybody to like me. Okay? I don't like not being liked. Maybe you can relate to some of my fears, or maybe you have your own fears. Whatever it is, we can all agree that we have fears. We're all afraid of something, right? Hold your hand if you're afraid of something. Online, you're afraid of something. We're all afraid of something in our lives, whether it's talking in public, whether it's spiders, or whether it's the dark. Okay, take a second and think about what it is you're afraid of. Guys, I need you to listen. Okay, take a minute and think about what it is you're afraid of. It could be something literal, like spiders or the dark or whatever it is, or it could be something more existential, which is like invisible. So it could be like being alone. Maybe you're afraid to be alone. Maybe you're afraid of not being accepted or not succeeding or not being cool. What is it that you're afraid of? Okay, think about that as I go throughout the message. But whatever it is you're afraid of, you know what the thing is behind all of our fears? Do you know what it is? Are you ready for it? It's imagination. Imagination. Anybody see that episode of SpongeBob? They're in the cardboard box. Am I losing? Okay, you got me. The stuff we're most afraid of is usually stuff that we imagine. Stuff that we imagine might happen to us. I look at a spider and I say, it's going to jump on me and suck my blood out. I don't like that. The stuff that we imagine might be said about us when we leave a room. The stuff we can't control, the stuff we don't see coming, the stuff we can only imagine. So imagination leads us to think thoughts like, what if there's a monster underneath my bed? Hey, don't laugh. Hey, I'm still an adult, and I still sometimes turn off my light and like sprint to my bed, okay? You feel me, you know it. Or you walk by the basement door, you're like, oh, I'm gonna run by it. Shh. Leads us to think thoughts like, what if I'm never cool? What if my boyfriend or girlfriend breaks up with me? And I'll be single the rest of my life and no one will ever love me? What if I fail my class? What if my acne never goes away? What if I get uglier? That's not possible for me. Actually, listen. Actually was a fear I had. I remember in like second or third grade, I was a pretty cute kid. And I remember asking my dad one day after school, I said, Dad, will I change? Will I look different as I get older? He's like, yeah, you may change. And I remember crying because I was like, I don't want to get ugly. I knew I was a cute man. I was like, I don't want to be an ugly person. So it's a real thought. So our imagination takes us down a path of endless worry, of what ifs, of what might be's, of what if. If you've ever seen a scary movie or been in a scary situation, you know there are 3 responses to fear. Okay, 3 responses to fear. Number 1 is fight. Fight. So if you're afraid of heights, you say, I'm going to ride the roller coaster. I'm going to climb the mountain. I'm not afraid of this. Right? Afraid of talking to girls? Well, I'm going to go. Never mind. I can do that next year. You're afraid of the monster? You fight the monster. So the first response is fight. The second response is flight. You look at a roller coaster and you're like, nope, going the other way. You see your crush walking down the hall, you're like, nope, going the other way. You run away from the monster of your fear. And the third option is freeze. Right? Your fear paralyzes you. You get stuck. You look at the roller coaster, you're like, I'm so horrified. I'm not going to go backwards or forwards. You get to your crush, and you're like, I'm going to ask him out. And you're like, okay? You freeze. So, fight, flight, or freeze. Here's the thing. Fear is natural. We all experience it. It's fine. If emotions are fine, right? Fear is fine. But the problem is not when we experience it, but when fear takes over. When we allow fear to control our life, to dictate everything we do, all of our decision making. So we need to figure out a new way to face it. And there's a better way. It's not fight, flight, or freeze. And you know where we can find that answer? Come on, you know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say. Come on, give it to me. Yeah, the Bible. Someone said Google in the front. You could probably Google it too. Okay. And what I love about the Bible is that it gives us real examples of real people who have real experiences with real feelings. Okay? There's a real life in these words. And so in our story today, we find our bros on a boat with Jesus. Okay, these are Jesus' closest disciples, his homeboys, the people who have hung out with him day and night for a long time. And they're chilling on a boat. They're crossing the lake, they're doing some fishing, they're playing some poker, they're hanging out, right? Playing some ping pong on the boat. When all of a sudden, something wild happens. Matthew 8 says, then he got into a boat. I think we got the verses. Do we have the verses? There we go. Then he got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. Okay, I want you guys to read along with me. Suddenly a furious storm came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat, but Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, Lord, save us. We're going to drown. The end. I'm just kidding. That's not the end. Right? So the disciples were on a boat. They're chilling. They're playing poker. They're hanging out. When all of a sudden this crazy storm comes and hits their boat, like waves crashing over of the boat. It's crazy. And this is not just like a cruise boat, right? A cruise ship or your dad's speedboat or a fishing boat. This is like a wooden boat put together by like Elmer's glue, okay? It's not going to hold up for much longer. And what was Jesus doing? What was Jesus doing in that? He was taking a nap. He was sleeping. Now, listen, we all have that one friend who can sleep through anything. Can sleep through anything. Right? You slap them in the face and they're still like, I'm like, are you dead? I think he's dead, right? Those are the best friends because then you can write stuff on their face with marker. I don't think that's what the disciples wanted to do there, okay, right? But they're freaking out. They think the storm poses a threat to them and that they should be fearful. And so they wake up Jesus being like, hey, dude, what are you doing? You're chilling there like you popped a couple NyQuil a couple hours ago. Man, we need you up. We need you to save us. You're the Son of God. Help us out. And he replied, Matthew 8, 26 through 27, you of little faith, why are you so afraid? Then he got up and rebuked the wind and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, what kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him. So what did Jesus do? He calmed the storm. He eased their fears, not just by stopping the wind and the waves, but by proving there was something else they could experience in the face of fear. And that was faith. Look back at what Jesus said when the disciples woke him up. He said, you have little faith. Why are you so afraid? Now, I don't think Jesus was angry at them. I don't think Jesus was like disappointed in them. I think he was trying to show them that faith can help them overcome fear. That fear wasn't the only thing they needed to feel. And instead of fear controlling the situation, instead of their mood controlling the situation, their faith could control it. Faith. The word faith. What does faith mean? Faith is a trust in something invisible. But I have a quote from one of my favorite authors, A.W. Tozer. He says, faith is trusting God and what he has promised, even when we cannot see and may not experience the fulfillment of those promises according to our own personal calendar. Let me read that again. Faith is trusting God and what he has promised, even when we cannot see and may not experience the fulfillment of those promises according to our personal calendar. Someone said amen. Amen. There you go. Question for you. Was 2020 ideal? Did 2020 go with your personal calendar? Yep, pandemic. You got that in there for March and go through forever. The answer is no. But newsflash for you, okay? I want you to listen to this. 2021 may be worse than 2020. And it's hard to imagine, but 2021 may be worse than 2020. Okay? But that's where our moods come in. Because our moods dictate how what happens to us will affect us. I want you to think, I want you to hear that. Moods, are you listening? This is important. Moods dictate how what happens to us will affect us. So what does Jesus say? What's Jesus saying? Jesus is saying, man, I'm in the same boat as you. I got you. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay to feel anxiety. That's fine. If you feel those things, that doesn't make you non-Christian. But I'm in the same boat with you. I got you. I just want you to have faith. I want you to have faith that good things are coming. Right? Our theme verse for this year is Romans 8:28. And it says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Oh man, that's saucy stuff right there. That's good stuff. And we know that God, in all things, what does all things mean? In everything. In the fear, in the politics, in COVID, and pandemic, God works for the good of those who love him. That doesn't mean that life's going to be perfect, because like I said, guess what? 2021 could really be crappy. It could really be a really bad year. But guess what we're going to do as followers of Jesus? We're going to have faith. We're going to have faith even when our boat is rocking, even when we don't have control of our lives. Jesus is in control. Can I get an amen? And that's why our theme this year, I need one more minute. That's why our theme this year is good things are coming. Because this year has been, or last year was anything but in our control. This year was controlled by emotions, right? You could say it was controlled by circumstances and events, but I would say it was controlled by how people saw them, by our moods that we were in. It was controlled by fear, by anxiety, by depression, by isolation, by addiction. But in the fear, no matter what we're going through, Jesus calls us to what? He calls us to faith. He calls us to faith because we believe good things are coming. Can I get an amen on that? Woo! That God is doing good. That God is doing good even in the bad. That God is working all things for those who love him. So as we close today, I want you to do something for me. Think about that fear that I asked you about at the beginning. What's the fear that you have? Okay? Whatever you're struggling with today, it doesn't need to be a fear, but whatever you're struggling with today, I want you to think about what it is. And then just picture yourself with Jesus. And you're freaking out. You're sweating, you're screaming, you're like, it's the end of the world. God, I'm going to get sick, and I'm going to die, and it's going to be the worst thing, or I'm never going to be accepted. I'm going to die an old, lonely man, or I'm just never cool, and everybody's going to hate me, and the world's going to end. And we're freaking out, we're sweating. We think it's done. And Jesus looks at us. He looks at you, and he says, you have little faith. Why are you so afraid? I have things under control. Check out the video.
But this question of fear, we're all afraid of it. And there are things in relationship to this fear that you and I have to recognize. That if you trust in God and let him be your guide and strength, you won't have that fear. And your fear is in relationship to your trust. As your faith in God gets stronger, your fear dissipates. And as your faith in God gets weaker, your fear arises. You want to have fear dissipated and removed, then you rise up and hold up the name of the living God and look to him to undertake for you, and he will. It's our faith that brings victory. It's our faith that casts out fear and enables us to put our trust in the blessed Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We will worship the man of Galilee who went to a cross 2,000 years ago, and no one can take his place. No one will intercede or interfere. We will not permit it. So it is we have faith without fear.
Faith over fear. We're going to choose not what's going to happen this year to dictate who we are, who we're going to become, what our mood is. We're going to choose the mood of faith over the mood of fear. We're not going to let it control us, dominate us, dictate us. Because we have faith in something bigger than anything that could happen in this world. We're going to close today by reading the Good Things Are Coming prayer, because I think it has a lot to say about God's promise to us. So we're going to stand up, and we're going to read it together. Online, if you're watching, read out loud with yourself, with your family, whatever it is. But let's all read it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. God, we know that you are here with us. We know that you are working all things for the good of those who love you. You created Israel through Abraham, despite his lack of faith. Good things are coming. You delivered the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt. Good things are coming. You were with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire. Good things are coming. You protected Daniel in the lion's den. Good things are coming. You defeated sin and Satan on the cross. We know that good things are coming. All right, we believe that good things are coming. That's what we believe. We believe that God is working all things for the good of those who love him. Let me pray. God, we love you. And God, we know that whatever we're experiencing today in our lives, that you felt too when you sent Jesus down to live. God, whatever fear that these students are experiencing here tonight, whatever emotion that's they're allowing to dominate, to control their lives, God, I pray that you would release them from that, to help them through that. Not that they'll never experience that again, but God, that you want to let them know that they're loved and heard, that they can choose to have faith over that emotion. They can come to you and tell you and have comfort in you because you love them and you will work all things out for our benefit, that we could grow, that we could know you deeper. God, we thank you for your love. We thank you that you allow us to have a relationship with the eternal Creator. In your name we pray. Everybody said? All right, guys, go to small groups, have fun, and we'll see you next week. Online, love you. We'll see you next week.
Turn